Imagine you're 30 years old. It's an ordinary Tuesday morning. Nothing feels different, nothing feels special. Your alarm rings. You drag yourself out of bed. Sunlight creeps through the blinds of your small apartment just outside Chicago. You grab your phone. A few notifications, some emails, a weather update, a message from a friend asking if you're still coming to dinner tonight. Just another normal day, or so you think. Half awake, you open your banking app. And that's when everything changes. At first, your brain refuses to process what you're seeing. The number doesn't make sense. Maybe you're still dreaming. Maybe the app is broken. Maybe someone hacked your account. You blink. Close the app. Open it again. The number is still there. $600 million. Your heart starts racing. Your hands begin to shake. You stare at the screen for several seconds, then several minutes. This can't be real. So you call the bank. After multiple transfers, security questions, identity verification, and a long wait on hold, the representative finally confirms it. The money is yours. Legally. Permanently. No mistake, no scam, no hidden conditions, no publicity, no catch, just $600 million. In a single moment. Every financial problem you've ever had disappears. Student loans? Gone. Credit card debt? Gone. Monthly rent? Irrelevant. Working tomorrow? Optional. For the first time in your entire life, money is no longer a problem. Or is it? Because over the next few hours, you're about to discover that unlimited money creates problems most people never even think about. The first thing most people imagine doing with unlimited money is spending it. And honestly, you probably would too. A mansion in Beverly Hills, a luxury penthouse overlooking Manhattan, a beachfront estate in Miami, a private jet waiting on standby, a yacht longer than most houses, a garage filled with Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces. For the first time in your life, price tags become meaningless. You start browsing luxury real estate listings. Not because you need a home, but because you can. And that's a powerful feeling. For years, money forced you to ask one question. Can I afford this? Now the answer is always yes. Within days, your life begins changing. 5-star hotels, private chefs, first-class flights, VIP events, exclusive experiences. The kind of lifestyle millions of people dream about. At first, it feels incredible, like you're finally living the life you deserve. But then something strange happens. The excitement starts fading. The dream car becomes normal. The luxury watch becomes ordinary. The mansion becomes just another house. What once felt extraordinary slowly becomes routine. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Humans are remarkably good at adjusting to better circumstances. The things that excite us today often become normal tomorrow, and that's when a new question appears. If money can buy almost everything, why doesn't it feel like enough? Because while you're enjoying luxury, another problem is quietly growing in the background. A problem money can't easily solve. Suddenly, everyone wants something. Friends call more often. Distant relatives reappear. Old classmates send messages. Business ideas flood your inbox. Investment opportunities arrive every day. Some people ask for help. Others ask for loans. A few ask for millions. At first, saying yes feels good. You want to help. But requests never stop. The more you give, the more people ask. Then comes trust. Who actually likes you? Who likes your money? Who would stay if the $600 million disappeared tomorrow? For the first time, wealth creates uncertainty. Not financial uncertainty, social uncertainty. Many ultra-wealthy people describe this as one of the hardest parts of being rich. Money attracts attention, but attention isn't always genuine. And eventually, you realize something important. Protecting wealth may actually be harder than earning it. So instead of spending wildly, you decide to do something most people never expect. You start thinking like an investor. After a few weeks, reality finally sinks in. You don't need more money. You already have enough to buy almost anything you could ever want. So the question changes. Instead of asking, how can I get rich? You start asking, how do I stay rich? That's when you hire a team, a financial advisor, a tax attorney, an estate planner, investment experts. People whose entire careers revolve around protecting wealth, and they all tell you the same thing. Don't think like a spender. Think like an owner. Think like an investor. Think like the people who stay wealthy for decades. So instead of spending all $600 million, you invest most of it. Some goes into broad stock market funds, some into real estate, some into private businesses, some into government bonds. The goal isn't excitement. The goal is stability, because even a modest 5% annual return on $600 million creates something incredible. $30 million per year. That's over $80,000 every single day. Without working, without clocking in, without asking for a raise, your money starts working harder than you ever could. And suddenly you realize something powerful. The truly wealthy don't live off their labor. They live off their assets. But then another question appears. If your financial future is already guaranteed, what exactly do you do with the rest of your life? Because once survival is no longer your goal, you begin searching for something much harder to find: purpose. For most of your life, money was the target. A bigger paycheck, a better apartment, a nicer car, a larger savings account. But now, you already won that game. You never have to worry about bills again. You never have to stress about retirement. You never have to check your bank balance before buying groceries. The problem is, many people assume unlimited wealth automatically creates happiness. But happiness doesn't come from having no problems. It comes from having meaningful challenges. And that's when your focus begins to change. You start funding businesses, supporting charities, helping communities, creating opportunities for others. You invest in ideas that could improve lives. You donate to education, healthcare, research, local programs. And something surprising happens. The satisfaction you get from helping people lasts longer than buying another luxury item, because expensive things eventually become normal. But meaningful impact feels different. For the first time since receiving the money, you feel genuinely fulfilled. Not because of what you own, but because of what you're building. And that leads to the biggest lesson of all. Because after years of living with $600 million, you finally discover what wealth really means. Fast forward 20 years. You're now 50 years old. The money is still there. In fact, it's probably grown. Your investments have continued working. Your assets have expanded. Your wealth has multiplied. But when you look back, the things that mattered most weren't the mansion, the private jet, the luxury cars, the expensive vacations. Those were fun, but they weren't life-changing. What truly mattered were the relationships you protected, the people you helped, the opportunities you created, the freedom you gained. Because real wealth isn't about buying everything. It's about having choices. The choice to spend your time how you want. The choice to help others. The choice to pursue meaningful goals. The choice to live without fear of financial disaster. And perhaps that's the biggest surprise of all. If you suddenly received $600 million at age 30, the money itself wouldn't be the most valuable thing. The freedom would. The freedom to decide who you become. The freedom to decide what matters. The freedom to build a life based on purpose instead of survival. So here's the real question. If you woke up tomorrow with $600 million in your account, what would you do first? And more importantly, who would you become? Money can solve many problems, but it can't decide your purpose. Only you can do that.